you're ignoring cryptocurrency in 2025, you might regret it. Ethereum just hit $2,700. We're going to talk about it. A lot of people wrote crypto off. The BTC ETH ratio is really, really low. It could turn around any minute. By the way, if you're commenting on X, I'm only going to see your comment on YouTube, so we will do an AMA, but you're going to have to comment on YouTube if you want me to actually read it. So let me share my screen with you guys. What's up, Coin Hobo? How are you doing? All right, so we've got Dex screener up here. Let's see about the prices. Well, we've got green today, and we've got PulseChain still number 5. Look on the left-hand panel here. Solana, Ethereum, Base, Binance Smart Chain, then PulseChain. And they organize them that way, I believe, because of volume and actual usage. So PulseChain, still very undervalued, still a top 5 most used, most looked at blockchain. Real active users. A lot of these chains, they fake their daily active users metrics. And I mean, PulseChain probably can be fudged a little bit too. But we've got about 10,000 daily active users, and when Solana says that they have hundreds of thousands, it's really hard to believe. You know, there's a lot of bots out there. There's a lot of people with more than one wallet. And when you have Solana, you know, you can just spam up pump fund trash and spin up like bundlers and all this stuff. So other than Ethereum, Base, Binance Smart Chain, in terms of real usage, you know, on-chain activity, on-chain TVL, on-chain volume, you can't fake all that stuff. PulseChain's number 5. A lot of these other coins, they're traded on centralized exchanges, which can also fake the illusion of volume. Centralized exchanges like Coinbase, Kraken, they might be good onboarding tools, but a lot of people go there just to trade, and they're not actually holders and buyers. They're just speculators. It doesn't really count, in my opinion, as like a power user, because, okay, a lot of people are looking at these coins, these ticker symbols on a screen, but they don't actually own them. And a lot of the trader class of people, they're not actually interested in buying and holding the coins. They just want to day trade or swing trade. They don't really care about the future of finance. They don't care about holding for the life-changing gains. But everyone in PulseChain agrees that we're here for the gains long term, 100x or more. Not here for trading. I mean, people trade in the meantime. Who are we kidding? The whole meme coin casino is just because people are bored. That's really why the whole thing happens. Pump.fun, good lord, just launched a very dark advertisement. You guys can go check it out. It's really just max extraction all around. Like, every time their Twitter account advertises, it's degrading. It's almost like they're making fun of how retarded you guys all are. And they're profiting $700 million off the backs of 99.9% of you on Pump.fun that lose money. Oh, wow, the alert box is looking weird. I did a little upgrade there. Did a little upgrade on the alert box, or the chat box, rather. Let me see if I can do, let me see if I can change this in real time. I just want the old school chat box. No? Okay. I guess it's really going to go with the new theme that I picked. It doesn't match at all with anything else. What's up, iGuy? What's up, Tim Straper? Your screen is a bit too much zoomed in. What do you mean? I know it's zoomed in on purpose. Thanks, though. R. Shu says, hey. Tam Tam says, hello, my lovelies. Archie, what's going on? Good evening, coffee and all. PulseChain season loading? Question mark? I think so. I've been here for the last 2 years thinking that way. A lot of other people agree. It's only a matter of when, not if, for people. Especially when you realize how pumpable everything is. When you realize that getting the next $100 million on board will literally 100x the price or more. And you've got chains like Solana that are just trading degen trash all day, doing $8 billion TVL. Billions of dollars of volume. And PulseChain can't even capture 1/80th of that? Come on. Following since 2021. Thank you, Arshu. PLS SAC. Thank you. That's a long time. 2021. Some of you guys probably got in near the last top. The cycle tops bring everyone in, and then there's one great shakeout. That's how these cycles happen. They just rinse, repeat. They drain the spirit, they crush the souls of all the bandwagon speculators that didn't really have any conviction. But if you're still here, congratulations. It does take cojones. It's not easy. If it was easy to get rich in crypto, everybody would. Just stay in the game. Try not to leverage trade. Try not to do trading at all. I read an article today that Phantom Wallet just enabled leverage trading in the wallet. Oh, pure dog shit garbage. You're going to let people wreck themselves 10 times as fast. You don't need to do leverage trading, guys. A lot of people think that's what crypto is. Crypto is not even trading. It's the future of money. So why not hold it? That's where the life-changing gains come from. Holding for months, sometimes years. 2-week pump and dumps, only if you're in the cabal. And guess what? You're probably not in the cabal. Insider trading and pump and dump scams are sadly the norm, which is why a lot of people, new people, get turned off to crypto. They think it's all one big scam. And they're right 80% of the time. They are right. But for the other 20% that's not a scam, that's what I'm here talking about. You know, it is better money, more freedom. But hey, guys, wouldn't it be cool if we all stuck to 1 or 2 or like just a handful of coins instead of flip-flopping week to week? Because most people out there have the attention span of a squirrel. They got TikTok brain. They got melted TikTok brain, so they can't focus on anything. They can't hold or delay gratification. There was a Stanford study called the marshmallow test where they took children and they gave them the option to either have 1 marshmallow now or 2 marshmallows later. And the kids that chose to wait and delay gratification and get the 2 marshmallows, this was a longitudinal study. 15 years later in life, were found to be highly more successful than the people that could not delay gratification. So getting control of your emotions is a huge asset if you can. If not, you're just going to be dominated by people that can think longer term, that aren't a slave to their own emotions, that can actually step back and think about what they want and not be consumers. Be the creators, not the consumers. RN says, I'm doing a fine job with PulseChain. I'm doing my best, RN. The prices are 80% down, maybe 75% down from sack rate, but you know what? It's just an opportunity. Some people see it, some people don't. You're welcome to be wherever you want to in crypto. It's the beauty of freedom of speech, freedom of choice. NJ says 67 billion just got injected into crypto the last hour. Crazy. Yeah, let me try to find an Ethereum chart for you guys. Also, let me turn this stupid alert box off, or the chat box. I don't like that. I like the old chat box. This is what you get when you try to pick a new theme. What liquidity pools do I recommend for staking in PulseChain? Well, we can take a look at them. If we go to app.pulsex.com. I don't recommend many right now because impermanent loss is going to get you. Not authorized. App.pulsex.com. Oh, well, you know what? I know the Pulse DAI pair is paying about 38% APY. I've seen it as high as 80%. If you want to join a stable pair with Pulse, it's a good way to take profit on the way up in a linear fashion. If you're a bigger player. If you're a smaller player, 9 times out of 10, retail, you just want to buy and hold the coins. All right. Ethereum 27.38. Oh, wow. 27.75. Ethereum is up. We like that. We like that. I'll share my screen. And why do we like Ethereum, guys? Look at this. 27, 20, 27, 25. Nope. 27.75. But why do we like that? Strategic reserve.xyz. Strategic ETH reserve.xyz. Oh, look, it's in light mode today. I like light mode. This is a list of companies that's dedicated to the strategic ETH reserve. This is a group of people that has amassed a huge collection of ETH that has a keen interest in seeing the ETH price go up. The number wants to go up. All these people agree. The Ethereum Foundation itself has almost 250,000 ETH. It's about half, $0.6 billion. Sharplink Gaming wants to be the strategy, the Michael Saylor of Ethereum. They hold the second most. And number 3 there, we've got PulseChain. The sacrifice wallet, everyone sacrificed for freedom of speech. It's got almost 500 million today. It'd be nice to see the sacrifice wallet be vindicated again. As we all know, they bought in at a price of about 3,700. So technically down still, but they have more ETH than Coinbase dedicated to the strategic reserve. Pretty cool, guys. Pretty cool. The ticker is PLS. All these different companies. And you know, the Ethereum Foundation, even though they're too scared to talk about the Ethereum price, the Ethereum Community Foundation stepped up to the plate, and they're dedicated to talking about the price and not being a bunch of pusses. And so they want to take their entire goal and mission is to take Ethereum to $10,000. There's a lot of people that want to see Ethereum go up, and it looks like it's going up today. So why do people want Ethereum to go up? Ethereum is like the digital oil, okay? Bitcoin is fine, but it's like a standalone, archaic. You can't do anything with it. You can't build on top of it. It's old. It's 15 years old. And, well, people, the powers that be, own a lot of it. And not too much is actually in the hands of the people. Not too much actually gets used in day-to-day transactions or programmable smart contracts, because Ethereum does all that stuff that Bitcoin can't do. So with Ethereum, you could have like decentralized borrowing and lending, decentralized leverage trading, decentralized voting contracts, everything. Everything that a bank does, Ethereum can replace in a decentralized way. So people want this to go up because with Ethereum, you could build coins on top of it. Altcoins, they're called. So altcoin season, aka alt season, is usually preceded by Ethereum going up. Because everyone needs to buy ETH to get onto the network. And once they have that ETH on the network, they can go trade it for all their other little meme tokens or DeFi tokens. Wouldn't it be crazy if we had DeFi utility season? That'd be pretty cool. Optimal Timeline says, howdy Hexaco. Yes, howdy Hexaco. I miss Bling. What Bling? What are you talking about? Followed since 2020, made bank, and watched it go right down. Yeah, a lot of people didn't take profit. That's okay. Your first cycle is to learn, your second cycle is to execute. A lot of people learn their lesson the first time around. And some people, the new people that come in, that are going to buy the top again, they're going to have to learn as well. Bang Bang Pulse Gang, what's up, Frank White? ETH needs to go up for retail FOMO IMO. I agree, Archie. I agree. I agree with you there. So, oh, we've got KD. Good to see you, KD, in the chat. If you guys have any questions, happy to answer them. Happy to answer them. And look, you've got Hex. Let me pull up the core coins. See how they're doing today. Hexscout.com. Hexscout.com. Hey, the numbers are actually green. Wow, how about that? PulseChain's up 5%, Hex is up 8.5%, PulseX is up 6.8%, INC token's up 7.2%. So, this is good. Finally, numbers are green. Now we do have a pretty big dumper that is waiting to click the sell button, I think. He's got about $3 million of Hex. He just dumped about $3 million of Pulse and PulseX. Maybe 4 million. So better now than later. Let him get it out of his system and eat a bunch of slippage. And if you guys have your buy orders ready, just below the current price and the ratio, it might not be the worst idea. I'm eagerly waiting to see that guy get out. These are the core coins. Hex is the long-term delay gratification coin. PulseX, if you like a very simple concept of the buy and burn. Buying PulseX, you're basically investing in the success of the trading platform. The more volume goes through the trading platform, the more a fraction of that volume goes to buy and burn the price of PulseX. Hex is the long-term coin because you delay gratification, you stake it multiple years. You get a couple of percentage of APYs. And compounding after, 5 years, it could be like 20, 30, 40%. In addition to price appreciation, if we think that's possible, some people think Hex can go up over 1,000x. Believe it or not, the first time around, it went up 10,000x. Now this time, we'd be lucky to do 1,000. I mean, some people are still going to be even more bullish. And another 10,000x for Hex looks like $36.90. So, strange. Strange that it happened to be 369. Is it possible? Yes. But hey, I'll be happy with 100. I'll be happy when Hex hits $1. Be very satisfied. That's still a 200x from current prices. Maybe just under. But if you don't like delay gratification, if you don't like PulseX, you can check out meme coins. Top Hat token, my favorite meme coin. Bunch of meme coins over on PulseChain, PTGC, UFO token. Meme coins can go up faster, but also fall a lot harder too. So Top Hat, all you guys cheated out of Top Hat. All you little paper hands couldn't hold. So you just sold. Now, I know it's not me selling. After that pump, we had a big old retracement. We're still up about 3x from the pump when I announced it. Log chart looks pretty nice too. And this one is just getting ready for who knows. Who knows what I decide to do? Who knows what the mysterious NFS wallet decides to do here? That's a good looking chart. I digress. We've got a lot of cool things coming for that. LPX is launching tomorrow, apparently. Imagine deploying LPX on this. Imagine deploying automated liquidity strategies. Imagine a whole bunch of people just burning it for no reason. Imagine 75% of the supply just gets burned overnight. Imagine. But it's all about timing. You don't want to pump something too early. I'm glad all these paper-handed soy boys got washed out. This is just a perfect example of the types of people that buy meme coins, right? You buy it up for 3 weeks, and you dump it for 6 weeks. And you go chase the next thing. I know you little TikTok brains. I know how you are. Do I think Hacks will be the biggest winner? You mean Hex? I think you meant to say Hex. I don't know. It is Richard Hart's baby. We will see. There's a big marketing push in the works as well, allegedly. People may or may not be working on pumping your bags behind the scenes. You're welcome. And other people in other countries are starting up nonprofit charities to engage in potential getting more eyeballs, getting in front of more people through unconventional channels, by the way. It's hard to do paid ads with crypto if you're not a registered exchange like Google ads, Facebook ads. Last time I checked, they ban a lot of crypto ads. Now I should go check again because it's been a couple years. Maybe they got nicer. But direct mail, not banned. So that'll be pretty cool in a month or 2 or 3. Imagine the whole world getting a very special gift. Thomas says, I'm just here to save the turtles. Hell yeah, save the turtles. DMAT says, love to see you streaming. The positive pressure LPX will bring to PulseChain is going to shock everyone. Yeah, LPX is going to, they're also going to launch a DEX. Apparently, this is going to be a 0 trading fee DEX. Now, with every new thing, it's going to be risky. But I will be experimenting with it, and we're going to see how it goes. I will be one of the pioneers on that 0 trading fee DEX with a different spin on liquidity providing. Meaning, instead of just providing liquidity to a coin, you can provide buy and sell pressure simultaneously within a range so that there's always profitability going on and that you can have a healthier looking chart due to some mathematical formula that these guys figured out. It's one of the most innovative things I've seen launching on Pulse, lately. There's a lot of cool stuff. We got NFT platforms. We got meme coin launchers, pump.tires if you want to launch your own meme coin. If you're a celebrity, you got a pretty big following. Why not try it on PulseChain instead of getting raped by pump.fun? Turtle lives matter. That's right, Thomas. Turtle lives matter. The Joker wants to know what wallet I recommend more for PulseChain. You know what? Ever since Rabby delisted us, fuck them. I'm going to say MetaMask. MetaMask is tried and true. You can't go wrong with it, but Internet Money Wallet is quickly becoming one of the best wallets for PulseChain. InternetMoneyWallet.io. They had a huge update. You can buy Pulse in the app. Pretty soon it's going to auto recognize your tokens. Then I think it'll become the killer wallet. So they've got the mobile browser, they've got the Chrome desktop pop-up. Internet Money wallet is pretty cool. Also because if you buy their time token, it's basically a revenue share token that automatically drips in PLS from all the trading fees that people do in the wallet. And it does give you the best prices within the wallet as well. It compares all the different dexes. It's a multi-chain wallet, so Internet Money lets you be on Ethereum, PulseChain, Base, Binance Smart Chain, I think Avalanche. Maybe they'll add Solana soon. I kind of think Solana's cancer for crypto, but can't deny it took away a big sector of attention of, I don't know, Solana is like, it's almost like the porn of crypto. It's like, yeah, a lot of people are doing it, but it's not necessarily great for society. It's just like a lot of people are gambling, taking each other's money. There's scammers, scamming other scammers. Once in a while, you can win on Solana if you're early and if you are the cabal. But it kind of feels illegal to be pump and dump scheming all day, every day. You know? OKX wallet, yeah, Brock Mahoney says OKX wallet. That's a pretty good one. I used that one for a while too. I like it a lot. Sunlight says maybe that whale only likes Hex and is going to keep hold of it. Yeah, look, he might just hold it, but I looked on OtterScan and I saw he did approve Hex for trading. He sent a couple of transactions to himself. I don't know why he's doing all that stuff. Maybe he just wants to see how much slippage he's going to eat. Maybe he's realizing, oh shit, I can't sell 300 million Hex in one click. Maybe I have to, you know, if he does it in small clips, that's fine. I think the market will absorb it just like it absorbed the PulseX dumps from the same guy. But maybe he will. Maybe he'll restake it. Dun. Yeah. So there you have it, guys. There you have it. I was watching a tweet from your friend Sami the other day. He said something along the lines of trying to teach people about crypto when your coins have only gone down for the last 3 years. It's like being a fat guy trying to give workout advice. And I laughed to myself and I thought, you know what? He's right. But are there still people out there that will listen to workout advice from a fat guy? Probably. Look, I've made a lot of money in crypto. A lot of other people have too. Some people have already in PulseChain. Some people got lucky on PTGC, UFO, other stuff, PDI. There are winners. There are people that have won, and there's people that I think are going to win in the long term too. It's just the people that stand behind their convictions for longer than everyone else. But it is a hard sell. It's definitely a hard sell. I feel that way too. Getting new people in when it matters most is like the fat guy trying to give diet advice. Because you know it's going to be easy to sell at the top. Everyone's going to want to know how to buy when the price is 10x higher. You know that's true. Well, I do. I know that to be true. I've seen cycles over and over again. I remember looking at Bitcoin in like 2013 when the China bubble was happening. My buddy was like, hey, can you believe this? And I was like, what? What didn't register to me back then? It sounded all kind of fake. It wasn't until 2015 that I actually started investing in Bitcoin. And I bought a bunch of pump and dumps. I bought a bunch of vaporware garbage, altcoins. Ron tripped them all. I was holding like 30, which at the time was like a lot for me. And I did have a really big number on paper, and then I wrote it all the way back down to a very small number. Then I stayed in the game, I consolidated, I trimmed the fat, and I wrote everything all up again, including with Hex. And I think that's what PulseChain is going to give for the opportunity of this cycle. Whether or not it's Hex or PulseX or PLS itself, or a couple of the meme coins. Not all of them, but maybe a handful of meme coins are going to do very well on PulseChain. PTGC, PDI might do good just because there's enough gullible people believing any story that they're told. So on the backs, on the premise of storytelling and people liking to believe mythical fairy tales, that might just pump on human nature. I'm bullish on Top Hat. I'm bullish on Most Token. Most Token is debatably Richard Hart's meme coin. Now, is it really Richard Hart's meme coin? I think it's most likely the developer of Pump.Tires who made all these. I don't think Richard actually made them. But it makes for an easy narrative. Oh, it's Richard Hart's meme coin. Maybe it is. More likely it's Richard Hart's developer's meme coin. Top Hat token, well, let me just say I like it. Let me just say that to reward my loyal followers at the very end of it all, at the end of it all, you might get a God candle just for shits and giggles. Katie says, fat guy in a little coat. Did I see what the Magic 8 Ball says about Hex? I don't have it with me, guys. I wish I did. The Magic 8 Ball needs to speak. Ratios have been crazy lately. Traded Pulse to PulseX. That's probably not a bad idea. The PulseX ratio dropped because of that dumper, but it's heading back up towards 1-to-1, I think. CD Yam says, yes, I have. What multiplier do I hope to see? Well, at least 100x would be nice. We need to get new people on board. New, fresh capital. That's what makes the number go up. I'm using the correct CA from Deck Screener. What are you talking about? Oh, MetaMask won't import my pHex. It thinks I'm trying to install eHex on the Pulse network and rejects it. Okay, so for that, you can go to app.pulsex.com. You can go to select Hex from the drop-down menu. And once you've got that selected from the drop-down menu, you click on the little MetaMask Fox icon. Click on the Fox icon, and it'll just add the token to your wallet automatically. New category of meme coins will be delusional meme. Yeah, human delusion is infinite. Wasn't it like Einstein who said, there's only two things in this world that are infinite, the universe and human stupidity. And I'm not sure about the universe. It's all made up, you guys. I don't give a fuck. PTGC says 0.5% away from all-time high. BTC. Cool, cool. CD Yam says, right, that's why I'm confused. MetaMask rejects my pHex CA imports on Pulse Network and notifies me. Yeah, but I mean, are you clicking the MetaMask, the automatic add to MetaMask button, the Fox icon on the actual UI itself, not in the wallet? Like, don't copy paste the contract address. Try clicking on the actual icon to automatically add it. Double check that you're on the PulseChain network. Try refreshing the page. That is weird. I don't know why it's telling you import on Pulse Network. And yeah, you don't need to copy and paste the contract address. You can just click a button on pulsex.com and it'll automatically add the token. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, what else we got? Your mom token. Your mom token looking all right. Where was it? Your mom token. Nice. All right, boys and girls. Let's check on the ETH price again. Oh, 27.50. 27.50. UFO to go says the UFO has landed. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Yes, yes, indeed. Let's read some crypto news, shall we? What's in the new crypto news today? Trump's crypto blue chip ETF targets Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. It's not really surprising that the Trump media company has a new ETF investing in major cryptos, mostly Bitcoin, Ethereum, a little bit of Solana and Ripple and Kronos. Signifies a significant shift in Trump's stance on digital assets, aiming to to simplify crypto investment for the public without direct crypto purchases. This development could legitimize crypto investments for mainstream audiences and potentially drive significant capital. Everybody wants an ETF now. The Trump media organization wants an ETF. They want their slice of the pie. It's basically just TradFi trying to absorb crypto. And they're benefiting off the fact that most people in crypto are too lazy to hold their own and to get their own wallet and to hold their own private keys. So some people don't care about all that freedom stuff. They just want to buy some of the old school coins that have been out forever. Whatever, let them do that. ETFs don't get me excited other than the fact that they're what's bringing in giant capital inflows to like all the big, well-established altcoins. So, hey, if BlackRock wants to buy a bunch of Ethereum and trick retail into buying paper Ethereum, that's fine. But for once, you can front run Wall Street, you can front run BlackRock and all that stuff. You get new stuff like PulseChain. I'm a perma bull on PulseChain. Can you tell, guys? This is a good week for Congress. Apparently, this is called Crypto Week. U.S. lawmakers pushing for pro-crypto legislation. So you got the Genius Act for stablecoins, the Clarity Act to define who governs what, the CFTC versus the SEC, and then the anti-CBDC surveillance state to prohibit a federal digital dollar. That's kind of just a lie. We don't need a CBDC if they can freeze your coin, your USDC or your USDT. You've already got a surveillance state. So, okay, there's no CBDC, but it's already here, guys. USDC, USDT, they could track what wallets it's going to. They could track the IP address of those wallets if they own the Infura node infrastructure. You can still be private if you want to take enough extra steps. But if you're holding these centralized stablecoins, just know that they can be shut off. Now, 99% of you probably aren't doing anything illegal. But if you want real decentralized stablecoins, we've got DAI, which is only semi-decentralized because it's backed by USDC and treasuries. We've got USDL, which is a stablecoin backed by Pulse. We've got HexDC, which is a stablecoin backed by Hex. We've got a stablecoin backed by PulseX. It's called PXDC. But yeah, a bunch of big legislation going in this week. The Genius Act. Typically, you could tell, like, whatever these laws are, whatever the act's name are, what it actually does is the polar opposite. So the Genius Act probably is going to be pretty dumb. Probably. Stablecoin regulation. Oh yeah, the reason the Genius Act is dumb is because it doesn't clearly define who is the issuer of decentralized stablecoins. Technically, if it's an individual using a protocol and minting a DAI stablecoin based off of their own collateral, doesn't that make the individual the issuer? And so what the Genius Act says is that only official parties like banks and all their banking friends in the finance industry, only they can issue stablecoins. Well, then what about the fact that I just issued a stablecoin on PulseChain backed by my Pulse? What are you going to do? Like, you can't stop me from doing that. So it gives the potential to be very draconian, but it also just demonstrates a lack of understanding about how collateral-backed DeFi stablecoins go, how they work. The Clarity Act, okay, differentiating between SEC versus CFTC. Let's hope this doesn't leave room for another Gary Gensler type situation where they just recklessly do legislation by enforcement, go sue everybody under the sun. And then the CBDC thing, it's like, like again, I'm not really batting an eye because you've had CBDCs this whole time. Dollars are already digital. And now the fact that they're trading on chain, but they have a freeze function, isn't that, it's more efficient. Okay, so lower fees, a little more freedom. I could send them across borders and everything, but they're still at risk to be surveilled. A rise in wrench attacks targeting crypto holders, physical attacks, wrench attacks, yes. If you're a prominent crypto individual, don't tell people where you are. Don't keep hot wallets on you, on your person. There's a lot of bad people out there in the world. That's why I'm a fan of Second Amendment rights as well. NVIDIA-backed CoreWeave acquires Core Scientific for $9 billion. AI and crypto starting to converge. Okay. The ICO is going to be what, 20% of the coins are going to be given to the public. The team is going to hold what, 40%, 60%. Just like every other VC grift. I mean, I think, haven't people learned by now? Unfortunately, Pump Fund's marketing is too good. Their dopamine frying is too good. So it's a gambling platform. And it's just like, it's like selling drugs. Look at the Pump Fund logo. It's literally a Prozac pill. And so who knows? People might buy this. They've got some deals with like Kraken Exchange. I will not be aping into an ICO that has 40% or more held by entities that are going to permadump forever. No, thank you. No, thank you. China's tech giants advocate for offshore-based yuan stablecoin. All right. Bitcoin price almost back at the all-time high. Almost back at the all-time high. Hey, Finbear's in the chat. What's up, Finbear? ETH chart starting to show momentum. Yeah, let's freaking hope so, dude. Let's freaking hope so. Hey, Finn, you're good? Yeah, everybody likes Finbear. Chickens are free, I learned. They make new ones on their own. Life hack. Turns out all this food stuff, guys, you put it in the ground, you water it, and it just grows more food. It's crazy. What do I think of the recent Pulse dumper? Well, like I said, I'm glad he's out. We don't know if he's going to dump his hex, but I'm just going to assume that he is. And I want him to hurry the heck up. Mr. Pulse Dumper, if you're watching, you're probably not. People also don't realize that a lot of people with serious money, why do you think they have such... People with a lot of money don't go on social media 24/7 and listen to the Twitter drama. That's why they're able to get rich, because they can actually focus and they're not doom scrolling. So like... They also do make dumb mistakes sometimes because they're just not educated about the way to sell crypto, right? So we saw the dumper bridging out to Ethereum first and selling on the Ethereum side of things. He was selling Pulse on the Ethereum chain where there was only like $200,000 of liquidity, where he could have been selling it into, you know, $6 million of liquidity over on the PulseChain side. But to him, he probably doesn't care. You know, if he's got that many millions, this is probably just one of his many investments, you know what I mean? Genius Act written by dumbass politicians. Agree. They don't, like, if you're not going to specify what happens when an individual mints the stablecoin, what are you going to, I mean, you can't really arrest the entire population, but you should probably put something in there about that. Why doesn't ETH break the 3K mark? It's annoying. I agree. It is super annoying. Come on, Ethereum. Come on, Ethereum. Be higher. I command you to go higher. Hugh from the UK. What's up, Hugh? Can I please tell us more about Pulse stablecoins, please? Well, I mean, you can use these platforms if you'd like. Liquid Loans is one of them. And these are going to be good one day if you want to take profit with a loan. An interest-free loan. Let's say your coin goes up. Let's say you're holding $1 million of Pulse one day. You can go here. You can go over here and borrow USDL. So let's say you've got $1 billion Pulse. And you want to maximum basically see how much USDL you can extract from this. Today I can get $24,000 at a ratio of 111% collateral, which means my Pulse is worth 110%, 111% of the USDL I'm borrowing. Then you could keep the dollars, let yourself get liquidated. Somebody else would buy your collateral position away, but you would still have this $24,000 of stable coins if you wanted to take profit this way. A lot of countries have loans as tax-free, so maybe, I'm not a tax advisor, but maybe these would be tax-free for you. And this is a way to have to not deal with slippage as well. Now for $24,000, I mean, we've got plenty of liquidity for that. And people don't realize that by the time the prices are 100x higher, the liquidity will also be 100x higher because you literally have to deposit money into a liquidity pool to make the number go up. So like we don't live in a vacuum, things aren't static. But if for whatever reason one day you have, I don't know, $10 million and you don't want to just market dump it, this is another way you can take loans, or you could use advanced strategies. You know, this is DeFi. So it gives you enough rope to hang yourself with. And if you don't understand it, don't use it. Like if you don't understand what redemptions are, you're going to be really surprised when you get redeemed against and you lose all your money. So read the documentation. I will be making a tutorial about this too. But we have a version of this for Pulse, for Hex, for PulseX, and for INC token. So you can mint your own stable coins. They're trustless. Nobody has an off switch on these. They're decentralized. We got a whole bunch of them. Hugh says, I'm not really in the UK. Oh. Okay. Well, you got me there, Hugh. Somalia? UFO to go. What's up, Kryptonite? What's up, Kool-Aid? Crypto Kool-Aid is in the chat. Hello, Crypto Kool-Aid. UFO to go says, tap the like, Jeets. Hey, new all-time high on Bitcoin, huh? Let's see about that. Hey, new all-time high, 111,000. 111,111. Just about an hour ago. 111741. That's a lot of ones, boys. Bitcoin new highs. Congratulations, everybody. Can we please go up, Ethereum? Can we please go up, altcoins? Crypto Kool-Aid says, good to see ya. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sire. Yeah. I know a lot of people really want the founder to come back. I want the founder to come back too. But would it really make the price go up? Would it really? Probably. But it really is about timing more than anything. Would the founder streaming have made the price any less wrecked? I'm sure he wants to come back streaming. I'm sure Richard Hart wants to show his face again. But he's got this legal battle with Interpol. And look, we're more attached to like the global liquidity cycle and Ethereum being down. Ethereum is still down 40% from all-time highs. And the Fed rates haven't been lowered because Jerome won't lower the freaking rates. Even though every other country lowered it, the M2 money supply is huge, up in every other country too, China, UK. You've got the global liquidity cycle picking back up. Inflation is below 2%. Jerome Powell still won't lower the rates. I mean, that probably matters more for the overall price of things, right? And maybe we needed the training wheels to fall off, you know what I mean? Maybe we needed to see what the community was like without Richard Hart being the public figure, but I do still think he'll come back. I really do. I think hopefully the Interpol gets lifted sometime this year. I mean, the guy tweets almost every day. He made a couple of videos, made a video last couple months ago. All I know is there's big things happening behind the scenes, guys. There are big things happening. I'm working on them. Me and a group of dedicated individuals. And then marketing is really all we need, right? Marketing, getting new eyeballs. So you'll notice that's why the title of my video doesn't even mention PulseChain. It just says, if you're not in crypto now, what are you doing? So I hope there's some new people watching. If you guys don't know, my name is Crypto Coffee, Matt. I teach people about crypto, PulseChain, kind of a PulseChain maxi. I hope there's new people. I think there's about to be a lot of them. I think there's about to be a lot of new people. Regular Joe, why is ETH pumping yet we're still dumping? We're up 5% today, sir. We just got to keep waiting. Keep waiting. What's up? MGC says it's been a while since I caught one of your streams live. Hello, sir. Trade bro, hello. Yes, it would. Singh says I'm in the UK. We got a lot of PulseChain people in the UK. We got a lot of them in Australia. Shout out to Coexistent Steven. Shout out to your friend Sami. A lot of other Australians. I'm just saying those two because I see their faces all the time on Twitter. There's a lot of Australians, guys. UFO to go says, guys in Australia prepping for a container of RH marketing packages ready to rumble. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. I know Australia's got it on lock. You've got the UK prepping. I think even Canada and Ireland might maybe also. Our English-speaking friends. Seth says marketing and branding. Yeah, marketing and branding, right? We have all the tools. We've got every single blockchain software type thing you can possibly imagine. We've got infinite meme coins. We've got NFT marketplaces. We've got borrowing, lending, trading, DEXs, liquidity. We've got all this stuff. But new money is what makes the price go up. It's very, very simple. Our Sonic says, do I know of any limit order platforms on PLS? Well, I know 9inch has limit orders, but then you're limited to use 9inch.io. If you use limit orders on 9inch, you're only be able to access their liquidity pools. But it is nice. And there is one app coming up that it hasn't been built yet. Pro-Trader. I think it's, yeah, pro-trader.app. I don't know. I think this pro-trader.app. All right. Well, it's not loading right now, but I believe there is a limit order platform coming soon to PulseChain called pro-trader.app. And I think LPX also has a new DEX coming with 0% fees and potentially limit orders. People are working on it. That's all I'm saying. Also, tetra.run. I don't know if tetra.run is actually still live. Omni.tetra.run. I guess their website is down too. Is everybody's website down today? What's going on? Thoughts of Sharplink gaming stock, bro? Ricky, I'm glad you asked. I would never ever buy a stock whose premise is buying Ethereum when you could just buy the freaking Ethereum yourself. Like, just buy the damn Ethereum, you know what I mean? Like, you think, like, look, maybe it's leverage, but then you're also just trusting some other custodian to manage the Ethereum properly. Is the stock going to go up more than the ETH itself? It might, but there's so much extra risk there. Like, these guys at Sharplink Gaming might not know what the heck they're doing. They could just mismanage the funds. They could lose all the funds. People are noobs. It doesn't matter if you're rich or not. If you're like a giant company, like, you still, if you don't know how to manage private keys, like, you might fuck over a lot of people. I strongly prefer holding the actual coins. Plus then you can buy altcoins, right? Like, if you're on Ethereum, you're probably going to want to buy some Ethereum meme coins. If you're on PulseChain, you're probably going to want to buy some PulseChain meme coins because they can pump harder, right? Like Top Hat token, Most token. So not only do you have to trust somebody else with the stock, right? But you have all the inefficiencies of, like, you have to register for a stock platform. You have to report every single thing you do. You have no censorship resistance. But you also shut yourself out to all the other opportunities. What if you want to, like, stake your coin somewhere, earn, 4% APY? Can't really do that with Sharplink Gaming stock. So yeah, I have strong feelings about the stocks versus the coins. Just buy the coins. Unless you're really a stock guy, I mean, you do whatever you want. You do whatever you want. Digital Money Marcus says it's more of a risk to not be in crypto at this point rather than to be all in on crypto. I couldn't agree more, man. Like, imagine just 5 years from now, Ethereum's $15,000, maybe more, and you didn't buy any. Your future self is kicking you in the balls right now for not buying crypto. It just, look at it over time and then look around and see what's probably going to stand the test of time. Ethereum's been out for 10 years. Global institutions buying it. Oh yeah, and that's one more thing. All these stable coins, because the dollar wants dominance, right? The dollar wants to swing their dick around. They want to give stable coins to the whole world, exporting that American freedom. But what do the stable coins run on? ETH, bros. They run on ETH. That's why I say ETH is the digital oil. It's like the digital road that all the cars are driving on the highway. And you can own a piece of it. And it still hasn't broken its previous all-time high. And BlackRock owns like 6% of it, and they just bought billions of dollars. Like, it's I'm so bullish. Digital Money Market says, I'm in the United States and the Genius Bill sounds dumb. Freedom of speech lives on PulseChain. I agree, Marcus. DJ Cryptomatic in the house. Bitcoin breakout. Let's go. That's right. Wonder if anything else changed. Yeah, well, 111K. The previous high was like 111.5. We just hit 111.7. Sharplink Gaming stock can easily hit $100 plus though. That's like an 8x. Well, I mean, can Ethereum hit $16,000, $20,000? Yeah. Look, like, if you just want to buy the stock, dude, that's fine. Like, if you don't see where I'm coming from with the extra freedom, the extra potential, the other altcoins, the yield, like, we're creating a digital alternative economy on Ethereum. But if you want to just play the stock market, like, you're free to do that. KD says it's the definition of middleman D. Yeah, like, good luck with your stocks. I'm going to buy the ETH coins. We'll see. Duke of Booze says, cheers, everyone. Hex Wizard says, sup, coffee. Tonight the missus is going to call me Mr. Middleman. Stream it, yeah. Stream it, Finbear. Hexy McHexican, hello. Ricky Romero, what are my thoughts on this space and time coin? What are you talking about? Microsoft-backed blockchain and Grayscale has a trust with them. I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Space and time coin? Feel like I would have remembered that. I don't know who's telling you about space and time coin. I don't know, bro. Marcus Roth says, let's go. So bullish on crypto right now. Yeah. We're overdue. We're overdue for an alt season, guys. The 4-year cycle has not played out like we thought. This time is different. Why? Institutional money is in. Institutional money can now come in. They can do longs and shorts. They can shove everybody to go trade derivatives and stocks that custody crypto instead of the actual coin, and futures and longs and shorts and puts and calls. Like, they can naked short with borrowed money. Crypto is like, what, 50 billion of a market, whereas the stock market is 100 trillion. And the biggest asset managers like BlackRock, they can push the price around with their derivative contracts. They can borrow a bunch of money and get giant lines of credit and just structure the chart how they want it to be, which is why you've seen Bitcoin kind of with linear growth for once, not parabolic, and everybody else waiting to catch up. Because in my opinion, all the institutions are just positioning themselves, getting their big share of the pie so that they can market the next alt season to the retail noobs and make a bunch of trading fees off people that want to play the actual stock market. Like, I'm in crypto for the number to go up and to get disconnected from the traditional system, both at the same time. And newer stuff with less current holders has more price potential. But like, if you want to buy Bitcoin ETFs, boomer Bitcoin, who am I to stop you? Is he talking about internet money time coin? Yeah, if you want to buy time token, that's like the internet money wallet token. It's actually a pretty cool idea for a token. You hold time token and it just pays you a constant drip of pulse from all the trading fees that people do on the wallet. PulseChain PDI. Which PDI, guys? There's a meme coin PDI. When PHEX top, sir? I don't know. $36.90. Source, I pulled that number out of my ass. Digital Money Marcus says, I recently sold the last of my Sonic to buy more Pulse X. Oh, interesting. I bought some Sonic as well. Right after the whale pushed the price down to 1700 range. So far, that trade is working out. Nice, man. What's 1700? Oh, yeah, 1700 for Pulse X. Good job, dude. You saw that whale dumping, huh? You bought the dip on that whale. That big old poopy. Yeah. Probably good trade. I mean, when things go that low, they're probably going to bounce back, and I guess they already have. Sonic is interesting too. You know, in terms of alternative layer ones, like Sonic is kind of cool. Have a little bit, but 90% in Pulse. Maybe 80%. I got some Ethereum. I got some other random stuff, but most bullish on Pulse and Hex and Pulse X and INC token. Most token, Top Hat token. Beyond All says actually both Circle and Bitmain stocks did more X's in a few days. Interesting. So they were not bad investments. They outperformed both BTC and ETH in the last few days they were issued. That's true. Yeah, didn't Bitmain go up 17x? I just don't do the stock market, man. That's just not my thing. So, good point, though. Hex Wizard says, I'm Moonboy bullish on Hex. Indeed. Blue Collar Crypto says, what shaking hexagons? And Hugh says, my balls. Gotta love chat. I love chat today. He max approved 3 million of PHEX. Oh shit. Yeah, he approved it all, huh? Marcus Roth says same 80% of my portfolio is PulseChain. Yeah, that's what you're going to get on this channel, guys. You're going to get mostly PulseChain. You know, you could always talk about, oh, what about this stock that went up a whole bunch? Or what about this coin that went up a whole bunch? Like, yeah, okay. But we could talk about what if all day long. I'm sticking to one single investment thesis. Yeah, should have bought the thing that went up 10x yesterday. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Like, I know people, like a lot of friends of mine are like that. Like, oh, you should have done this, should have done that. It's like that conversation doesn't do us any good. But by all means, go play the stock market if you want to. I'm pretty much a crypto channel only here. I'm a purist. The gains, number one, but also the ideology behind it. I don't know how many stocks can do over 100x in a couple of months. It's like a lot of investing is just waiting around and doing nothing. Isn't that a Warren Buffett quote? Most investing is doing nothing for a long period of time. But I'm just waiting for that 6 months of euphoria. And up until then, you guys will be right. Should have bought this, should have bought that, should have bought this other thing. You will be right up until the one period of time that you're all wrong. And then I get to be right. And that's okay. Because I think being right on this one particular thing outweighs any other potential opportunity. Just my 2 cents. Just my 2 cents. Am I going to the PulseX conference? I think I am speaking at that, yes. We're not bullish enough. Marcus Roth says, Ponky is my biggest bag, isn't it? Ponky's got the best memes, man. Kryptonite says, uncomfortably invested in RH tickers. Yeah, irresponsibly long, guys. I am irresponsibly long RH tickers. The potential of these things is higher than any stock. But shout out to if you bought Bitmain, good job. Bitmain went up 17x, I guess. Crypto can go up 17x in a very, very short time. It's okay. Like, a lot of investing, too, is just missing opportunities. If you want to make yourself sad, right, just go look at every single meme coin that you missed. But then if you want to make yourself happy again, look at the other 99% that didn't do shit. The other 99% just went down, never just rugged. So we get what we focus on. We could focus on the winners, focus on the losers, or just like the mission. Like, what goals do you have? I'm trying to pump our bags, boys. Pump our PulseChain bags to the moon. Oh shit, I got a call. I got to take this call. Goodbye, everybody. Like, subscribe, share the video, leave a comment. Thank you all so much for coming. Seriously. I really appreciate you guys. Thanks for being here. Hope you learned something. See you on the next one.